Hi everybody, Talal here with you yet again. Doing a Photoshop tutorial, this time on something a little more productive. Basically what I'm going to show you is how to save all the actions that you perform while editing one file and replicating it on multiple files without having to edit each one individually. This process in the design industry is called batch processing. Let me show you how the workflow is going to go. I'm going to head down to my Pathfinder where I've already set up two folders. One is the original folder, the other is a modified folder. These can be named anything. Original consisting of the files that we want to modify. So basically, this is the source folder. In this case, I have 15 thumbnails. The other folder is the modified folder, which by default should be empty. This is where our source files will be modified and exported to by Photoshop's batch processor. So, how are we going to do that? How are we going to tell Photoshop to take this group of effects or tweaks and apply these tweaks, save these tweaks as a group of, basically as an action and apply it to multiple files? Well, that's what I'm here for. Let's go to Photoshop. What I want you to do is go to your window menu at the top here. I'm actually going to turn on my spotlight so you guys know where I am and click on Actions, which will take you to this panel here. Comes bundled by default with a couple of preset actions. We don't really need them. We want to create a new action. Before I do that, you have to do this once. You have to take one of the files and drag it into Photoshop. Okay. So we have this file. What I basically am going to do is everything that I do to this file is going to get recorded as an action, as one action consisting of sub-actions of everything I do to this file. Any selections, any filters, any saves or closes, etc. So let's create a new action. We're going to call it BW. Okay. We're going to hit record. What we're basically going to do, this can be anything. BW is just me naming it black-white because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the images black and white. As you can see, I've got the record button blinking here, which means that everything I do to this Photoshop file now is getting recorded. Let's go to Image, Adjustments, Desaturate, or anything that you want to do to your file. It doesn't have to be desaturate. As you can see under the BW action, you have a sub action called desaturate. What we want to do from here, we want to record this file actually being saved or exported. We're going to go to File, Save to Web and Devices. Make sure you get your settings right here because this is what will be applied to all of the other files. Click Save and save it to our modified folder, the destination folder basically. And click Save. Okay. Our export sub-action has been added to the BW, which consists of everything we just did. And lastly, we want to close. And we don't want to save. And as you can see, that action got recorded as well. Why we recorded that, I will show you in a moment, or you'll actually find out. I'm going to click Stop. Now we have the sequence of actions we want to apply to all of the images as a batch. The first thing I want you to do though is go back to your modified folder and delete this new file that we just saved. Okay, we don't want things getting confusing. It's going to be overwritten anyways. Here's the step on how you actually process multiple images at once whilst applying one of the actions, in this case the BW. Head over to File, head over to Automate, and click on Batch. Okay, looks complicated. Trust me, it's a lot easier than it looks. Okay, I know, did that make sense? Okay, I'm sure it did. Okay, here select the action that you want to apply to the multiple images. In our case is BW, the action that we just created. Choose our source folder, which is the original folder. Click choose. And destination folder, choose the modified folder, the folder where you want to write your source files to. Click choose. Make sure this this checkbox is checked, because if you don't check this, Bash processor will ask you to save, ask you if you want to save the file every time it opens each one individually and modifies it. So we already have an export command in our actions, if you recall. So we don't want Bash processor to give us a save dialog. We're going to make sure this is checked, and everything else is fine. Just click OK. Now basically what it's doing, as you can see, these actions are being applied to each image as a sequence. It's not bothering you at this point. If you have 500 images, you can go have your coffee. By the time you get back, hopefully all your files will be there. Here you go. Here are all of our thumbnails in black and white, 15 in total. And here's our original folder, which consists of the colored images. It doesn't have to be black and white. As I said, it could be any action or set of actions, multiple actions that you want. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it proved productive for you and your work. Remember, if you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, you can email me at talalkrafi@gmail.com. That's TALALKRAFI@gmail.com. Have yourselves a nice day.